Hey, what's going on, Michael Bears? And around late last year, we got an announcement that we were getting a Sonic X Transformers pack of action figures. And that's honestly something I didn't even know I needed my whole life, but bringing in two of my favorite franchises of all time, you know, Sonic and Transformers. And these franchises are so rich in action figures, and bringing them together, like, gives us this little 2-pack right here, the Wingtail and Blue Booster Sonic X Transformers 2-pack. Oh my god, y'all. This one's gonna hit real close to home. Let's unbox this. And let's take a look at the packaging here actually before we open this thing up. It's honestly a pretty cool box, and the fact that it says 2025 up here, collaborative, more than meets the eyes, this little, like, you know, collaboration thing, Sonic X Transformers, really does kind of imply that this is going to be a very limited thing. And honestly, that and the fact that both the figures are displayed like this with their accessories on the side really makes this box nice and displayable. On the top we have Sonic, Transformers, and Sonic and Tails, man. This is like literally unbelievable, bro. I'm shaking. And moving on to the back side of the box here, it does show us a little bit of the action poses that you can get with these characters, the 360 articulation, how many steps both of these Transformers take to transform, and what they actually transform into there. Sonic's little iconic Sonic racing car, and the freaking tornado. That's so exciting. And there they are out of the box, and holy crap, man, these look really freaking sick. The Tails one is menacing, bro. I don't think Tails has ever looked that freaking cool, but let's look at their accessories and their articulation first before we get into this long little pamphlet here of a million freaking steps on how to transform them into the vehicle mode. We'll set that to the side. Let's look at Sonic first, I guess. You know, he is the main character here, and he is called the Blue Booster. But honestly, I think I'm gonna call him Sonic Man, because, like, is it just me or does this guy really look like Sonic Man? I think it's the helmet that really gives me those Sonic 06 vibes. Hey. Right off the bat though, you can see there's like some metallic, like, gold paint finish shine on his chest plate there. It's not like just tan, like all the tan parts that would be tan on Sonic, they're like a gold little finish on them. I actually quite like that. And yeah, his head is not gonna give you the craziest articulation side to side, but you can go up and down quite a bit there. And as for the arms, we have these type of hands here that we usually see on these other Transformers studio figures. But I think their hands mostly look like this, so we can throw accessories in. Holy crap, that's like a freaking ring portal, like from Sonic 3 or something. But it's also like makes for a cool shield design. And I like how it's transparent too, that's pretty freaking sick. And as for the shoulders here, I like how this looks, this little back piece of the car here. It makes his shoulders look very buff. Look at how buff and chiseled this Sonic is, like, I can't even walk. And the tires up here do actually spin, because that is, again, for the car mode, and it does look pretty freaking sweet. And unfortunately, there's no real butterfly joints, but again, I don't really know how you can make that work on a figure that, like, is basically a 2-in-1. It transforms. But moving on down to the legs here, you can kind of see Sonic's shoes are supposed to be red, not blue, but unfortunately, because his shoes make the front hood of the car, I guess there was just no way to do that and make it red while also actually still transforming to the car. So it kind of just makes the Sonic figure just, like, right off the bat visually a little plain compared to Tails. But either way, how do we open up his legs here? Okay, just like, oh my goodness. Okay, I like the articulation on these legs right now, but his legs can kick forward to about all the way up here. Jesus, that can go pretty high, and all the way back to, oh my god, wow. This is a very interesting joint here. It really gives you a lot of foot movement. It does have a pretty good knee joint here. And I like how, you know, this is pretty seamless again, because they're freaking Transformers, they're robotic, they have joints on them, so it looks really good. The articulation knee joint there, and he actually does have another little joint here on the foot, so you can get some more intense action poses, and Sonic can kick freaking Tails in the face. Oh, and yeah, Sonic does have a little bit of a swivel here. I assume a 360, yep, okay. That's pretty nice, I guess. Ooh, and the arms, we can also go left and right like that. You can do a full 360 if you also want to. I completely forgot, this was also actually Sonic's other accessory here. It's like the item box from the games, but you can spin it around to put the Autobot logo or an invincibility logo. You open up this little flap from the bottom, and then simply just plug it into his hand there, and then boom, he can shoot out that too. Let's finish up this sick little pose, shall we? And here it is, my finished final cool action pose. Holy crap, man, you can get some insane poses with this. And this is just a pose without like a freaking stand holding it up, you know. But I try to make him have this cool, sick running pose, and you can really pull it off. And the accessories really do make this guy look even more than meets the eye. So yeah, I'm really happy with how the Sonic turned out. But let's go and move on over to the Tails Transformers robot here, Wingtail. And right off the bat, we can clearly tell that he is supposed to turn into a plane. Honestly, looking at that, I mean, I guess you can kind of tell he turns into a car, but this is 100% obvious. This guy's a plane. Like, he has a freaking little motor on the front that actually spins. That's a very fun, play feature. Like, geez, bro, where do I even start with this guy? Okay, I guess let's take a look at the head sculpt here. And honestly, the head sculpt on Tails looks really great. I like how the face looks. He has like this little like guard here on his mouth. It almost looks like a mask, but he also is like oddly smug. It kind of goes hard, like we all did it together. But yeah, it feels like Tails' head has a little bit less front and back articulation, but he can actually turn his head a full 360, unlike Sonic there, I believe. I mean, maybe you can force Sonic to do it, but I'm not gonna try that today. And I guess next up we'll move on to the hands here. It looks kind of weird. Like, how can I really move this? Okay. That's unique, man. It is gonna be a little, okay, never mind. It's not gonna be limited. I thought these little other wings here would limit the articulation, but this is actually a separate piece here from the hand. So the hand can go and do its own kind of thing there. I mean, not a full 360, because of course this thing is still in the way. Holy crap, what the frick? That's like a shiny, like metallic-esque paint there. That is some premium freaking paint quality, man. But let's see if he can twist his arms a little here. That's impressive, bro. The fact that I can still twist his arms around like that, it does seem a little scary to do so, but no, it actually freaking works. I don't even know how that's working. This is some insane tech here that I can twist this arm around and this thing is still on here, a separate piece. And from this, like, this looks so wonky, but it's so insane, man. No joke. This is some nutty articulation. Oh wait, you can actually open this little plain skirt kind of part up a little bit so you can move Tails' legs a little bit more freely. He does have a knee joint there and a little foot joint there too. Gets, again, some more sick action poses. And actually, what the frick? Okay, that's freaking cool, man. Does it bend again here? Okay, no. The wings do bend just on these two little points here. And you can get some insane poses. I wish I had like a little stand to hold them up, because you can probably get a really cool flying pose. Speaking of poses, let's put him in a sick pose. Sheesh! That looks freaking sick, bro. I really like this figure. I don't even know if I'm like over exaggerating or not, but I literally was sitting here for like, it feels like 30 minutes just playing with this guy, setting it up in a really sick pose, and I think I found that pose, man. This guy might be worth the price of admission, because think about it, we haven't even seen what these guys really look like when they're fully transformed. And I did realize while making this, these little two tail pieces in the back are supposed to be his tails. Like, who came up with that, bro? This is freaking genius. The two wings, those two wings, the two tails out of the plane. No hate to the Sonic one over there, but like, my god, man, I am geeking out over this figure, bro. And I completely forgot to show you guys his accessory here, which is kind of just it's split in two pieces here. It's supposed to be like a little cannon blaster kind of thing. It shoots out some blue little fire, and boom, holy crap, that does add a lot to the figure, I'm not gonna lie. Wow, I am a fan of that. Y'all gotta let me know in the comments down below. Are you guys on Team Tails over there? Are you guys on Team Sonic, bro? I'm definitely on the Tails one, bro. That is so freaking cool. But now let's go ahead and take a look at how to transform this figure. And I'm not gonna show you a step-by-step process. I'm just gonna give you a little time lapse, because there is quite literally 27 freaking steps on how to transform this. So let's go ahead and transform it. And there we go, y'all. That took me genuinely, I feel like, upwards to 30 minutes. That was, not gonna lie, a kind of stressful situation. Like, I could see how someone would just give up, because I really don't remember Transformers being that hard to, you know, freaking transform. Once it is fully transformed, it is a little smaller than I thought it was gonna be. It's a cute little like buggy car, but this looks pretty freaking neat, bro. It really does look like the car that he has in the Sonic Racing Transform games, and I think even in Sonic Racing Crossworlds. This is kind of basically that car. You have like the quill kind of shape in the back. You can see where his hands were back there, and this, you can't open up that, but you know, Sonic's head is like down in there, and below you can kind of see everything tucks in, and it comes out for honestly a very seamless design. Just a bit of a headache to make and transform, so you know, once I probably transform it back to the Autobot form, I probably won't be keeping it like this or ever transforming it again anytime soon. My god, let's just go ahead and transform Tails and review this thing. And boom, there we have it again, another little transformation build that took me honestly even longer. This one looks completely different from what it just looked like though. Like, where did Tails go? Where is he? Honestly, a very great sculpt of the tornado, and you can kind of see I think I skipped this step or something because like this front part isn't fully attached. But overall, this is a very nice build of the tornado, and I like how it has the propeller feature on the front, and even the accessory does end up coming in clutch at the end. I kind of wish these accessories for Sonic, you know, were part of the final design, but I guess there's really no way for that to be a thing. Again, I just feel like the Sonic one had a couple more problems than the Tails one. This just came out looking so nice. I do wish maybe it had some wheels on the bottom, like there's these wheels, but they're not actual wheels. But besides that, I have no real complaints, man. The paint is insane, the design is insane. This would look so nice to have right next to the actual robot forms of them, so it kind of makes me want to get another one just so I don't have to do this whole transformation again, but yeah. And that is the Sonic X Transformers 2-pack Wingtail and Blue Booster pack, only at Target, reviewed, unboxed, and everything. And honestly, I don't know what I would give this on a rating scale, but for a money worth it scale, this thing does retail for 50 bucks. I don't know if it's gonna be a go ahead and rush to the store and grab it for everyone, but if you're really a fan of Transformers and Sonic, you grew up with both the toys and the media, I definitely think it's worth it just because of how cool, unique, and possibly how limited this might be. And having the two of these side by side really does help make this thing feel a little bit more fleshed out. And the fact that I can put a Transformers, Sonic, and Tails next to Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, like, it's practically the dynamic duos. Like, I am very happy to have this, albeit, you know, a bit of a rough transformation process, at least for me. You know, maybe I just suck at transforming things. And last but not least, if you did enjoy this video, you can show some support by leaving a like, comment, sharing, and subscribing. It's free, it helps the channel out a lot. I appreciate it a ton. Seriously guys, I wouldn't be doing this without all you guys' support. And apologies for the first day of Sunkii being delayed until today, but 2 uploads today, and the rest of the days of Sunkii will be coming out daily. 8 more videos coming up soon, leading up to July 10th. And let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on this pack, and if you will be picking up this pack. Honestly, I think there's more to this pack than meets the eye. Really?